Well, hello guys, it's time for my NXT review from November 21st, 2012. Let's not wait any longer, let's dig right into it. Start off with a segment that was done earlier in the day, Cassius Ohno being interviewed, as he's talking about the main event of this episode as he's going up against Trent Beretta. Ohno says that the first time around they fought, Beretta's win was a fluke because Richie Steamboat got involved. The second time around, Ohno won, saying that there should be no third match. But he says that he has a premonition, and the premonition is that Beretta goes down. So after that, we go to our opening match, Alicia Fox against Paige. You know what? This was a pretty decent match. This was a decent match for the two. A lot of early on good wrestling with the two. Alicia Fox gets an advantage for a while, but eventually Paige comes back at the end. She wins with her finishing move, the Paige Turner or the Paige Maker. 1, 2, 3, Paige gets the win. So we come back, and the next match is Camacho against Big E Langston. Camacho is going to attempt to get the $5,000 bounty from Vicky Guerrero, and he didn't get too far. Pretty much this is another Big E Langston squash, and he gets the win with that power slam cutter to get the 3 count, and then after that he hits Camacho with that move again, and he counts 5, and then he does it one more time, and he gets 5. So, as we see Big E Langston just standing around in the ring, we go to the back, where Trent Beretta is injured. He's down on the floor, he's injured. Some of the referees and the doctor come in to see what happened, and as the camera zooms away, we see Leo Kruger over in the corner doing this. So, maybe Mr. Kruger had something to do with Mr. Beretta. So we come back, and the reporter, whose name I did not get, said that the doctor does not know if Beretta will be cleared to compete in the main event against Cassius Ohno. So we go back, and our next match features Bronson going up against Nick Rogers. Now, they actually give a little bit of a profile on Nick Rogers. Nick Rogers comes from an athletic family. His dad played in the Canadian Football League. His mom was a logging champion, I guess would be how you would say it. And Nick Rogers played college football at the University of British Columbia. But in this situation, it really doesn't matter because Bronson just destroyed him, especially with one of the sickest looking STOs I've ever seen. I mean, oh my God, I thought he knocked the crap out of him with that. It just looked so devastating. And then he puts him away with a figure 4 heel hook, would be the best way to describe the move. And Bronson gets the win, but it was a really devastating STO. If you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. It was just brutal. So we come back from a break, and Mike Dalton comes up. He's going up against Luke Harper, and yes, Bray Wyatt is there. God, you gotta love Bray Wyatt. I mean, he's so good on the mic. You know, it's just when he comes back to compete, he's gonna be very good. I hope he's as good as he was before he got injured. So again, they mention a little bit about Mike Dalton, student of Lance Storm's training school, or training academy, I guess you could say, down up in Calgary. But Luke Harper just destroys Dalton. Harper gets the win with the Black Hole Slam. They don't have a finishing move named for it yet, but Harper gets the win. And what was funny about this match was Bray Wyatt was sitting in a rocking chair during the match. That was very cool. If this act goes to WWE next year, please bring the rocking chair. That's all I'm going to say. Please bring the rocking chair. So we go backstage to earlier in the day where Seth Rollins is talking to the same reporter that nobody knows, when Jinder Mahal attacks him from behind and they have a fight backstage until the referees break it up. So then we go to the featured match. Cassius Ohno against Trent Beretta. Maybe. Ohno comes out. He says that because Beretta got hurt, referee, do your job, count to 10, give me the win, and I'll leave. And then Dusty Rhodes comes out. And he says, Cassius Ohno, baby, I heard you got no opponent to face here tonight. Now, I have my ideas as to who attacked Trent Beretta, but I did find an opponent for you, baby. So, Cassius Ohno, here's your opponent. And it's Richie Steamboat. To little or no reaction, surprisingly. Because Ohno and Steamboat have had a really good rivalry on NXT. And this is just a good match between the two again. Every time I see these two compete, it's just a good match. You're going to get a good match out of the both of them. The end of the match comes when Ohno is about to do the rolling elbow on Steamboat. Steamboat rolls him up into a schoolboy 1-2 kick out. Ohno gets up. He's going to try the elbow again, but Richie Steamboat hits Ohno with his finishing move called Sling Blade, gets the 3 count and the win. He got with that Sling Blade. 3 count victory for Richie Steamboat. So Richie Steamboat comes back on NXT, gets the win, beats Cassius Ohno. And then, oh my god, this was funny. At the end, they got JR. JR's doing commentary with some other guy who I don't know. At the end, he goes, join us next week when Team Hell No. And that's it. So, it was like, reminder, Team Hell No's going to be on next week. Okay, well, where's the reminder? You never told us Team Hell No was going to be on next week. Thanks for telling us that, JR. But no, that's your episode of NXT. Good episode. Good main event, like I said, with Ohno and Steamboat. The Trent Beretta story is very interesting. Maybe him and Leo Kruger could have a feud. Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, Paige. This is just a good episode. They rebounded from that horrific episode the week before, and that was a bad episode. But they rebounded in a good way this week. I enjoyed this episode of NXT.